What if falling for the wrong person was actually falling for the right one? The kind of love that breaks all the rules and changes everything. Today we're counting down the top 10 movies where a young man falls in love with his friend's mother. These are stories of forbidden attraction, risky connections, and the messy reality of wanting what you shouldn't have. Some are dramas, some are comedies, but all of them explore what happens when age gaps and friendship boundaries collide with genuine feeling. Let's dive into the list. Number 10. Sinister Seduction, 2019. Directed by John Finch. Bryce is a teenage boy living in a quiet suburban neighborhood. He's best friends with a kid whose family seems picture perfect from the outside looking in. One day Bryce meets Karen, his best friend's mother. She's beautiful, recently widowed, and still finding her way after losing her beloved husband. The grief has hollowed her out, left her questioning everything about the life she's been living. Bryce starts spending more time at their house, helping with home repairs, offering support and presence, being the steady shoulder she needs. Karen is deeply lonely, vulnerable in ways she's never been before, and slowly she notices how much Bryce genuinely cares for her. They share quiet moments, conversations that deepen, stolen glances that linger too long, touches that shouldn't happen but do. What starts as simple gratitude becomes something entirely different, something neither of them expected. They begin a secret relationship, finding comfort in each other's arms. But danger simmers beneath the surface of their excitement, the dark thrill of stolen time. The intensity of being close, mixed constantly with the risk of everything falling apart, destroying families, ruining lives. Number 9. A Higher Law, 2021, directed by Jeff Lipsky. Thomas is a young man raised in a strict religious household where passion and desire are forbidden, where questioning authority means shame, where independence is seen as sin. His best friend invites him over and he meets his friend's mother, a woman from that same conservative world, trapped by duty and family expectations, suffocating under the weight of tradition. She's intelligent, beautiful, poised, and clearly unhappy with the narrow life she's been assigned. Thomas sees her struggling, sees her loneliness, sees the spark in her eyes that no one else acknowledges. And something awakens in him. He starts showing up, offering help and conversation, listening to her in ways her own family never has. At first, she pushes back hard. The boundaries are clear and sacred. The rules are written in stone. What he's suggesting is unthinkable, dangerous, against everything she believes. But slowly her resistance cracks. His genuine care breaks through the high walls she's built for so long, protecting herself from feeling. She begins to see him differently, not as her son's friend anymore, but as someone who truly sees her, who values her, who makes her feel alive. She makes a bold choice, defying her family completely, choosing personal freedom, choosing authenticity, choosing him. It's a powerful story about breaking chains, about choosing authentic love over hollow tradition, about the courage it takes to be yourself. Number 8. The Lifeguard, 2013, directed by David DiBianchi. Leah is a woman reinventing her entire life. She was a journalist once, burned out, disillusioned, broken by the industry. So she returns to her hometown seeking refuge, taking a simple job as a lifeguard, something honest, something uncomplicated. At the pool one summer she meets Jason, a troubled teenager with his own story of pain, his own wounds that won't heal. He's drawn to her free spirit, her boldness, the way she seems to care about things that actually matter, the way she lives without apology. Leah sees something in Jason too, a broken kid trying to be stronger than he is, trying to prove himself to a world that doesn't believe in him. They start spending time together away from the pool, having real conversations where they both feel actually heard, actually seen. One evening, something shifts between them. The air changes. The connection turns electric, and suddenly they're not just friends talking about life anymore. They start meeting in secret, finding escape in each other's company. Leah feels alive for the first time in years, feels like herself again. Jason finds understanding with someone who actually gets him, who doesn't judge, who accepts all his broken pieces. But the complications mount quickly. People disapprove loudly. The age gap becomes impossible to ignore. Society's judgment closes in, and Leah has to face what she's really doing and what it costs. Number 7. Crystal, 2017, directed by John Morrissey. Taylor is a young man with a troubled past, struggling to find his way in a world that hasn't been kind to him. He's best friends with Bobby, and through Bobby he meets Crystal, Bobby's single mother, a woman struggling with her own demons, fighting battles nobody sees. Crystal has been through hell. She raised her son completely alone, fought countless battles, lost pieces of herself to survival and sacrifice. Taylor sees her strength and her vulnerability, the way she keeps going despite everything, and something in him, deep inside, wants to help her heal, wants to show her she's worthy of care. He starts showing up for her in small ways at first, helping with her broken car, fixing things around the house, listening to her stories, being present. Taylor is persistent and gentle. His care feels genuine, not performative, not seeking anything in return. Crystal's defenses crumble slowly, brick by brick. She realizes this young man is offering something real, something honest, something she's never had before. They overcome the initial shock, the disapproval from those around them, the judgment, and begin a relationship that surprises them both with its unexpected depth and complexity. It's about finding love in the most unlikely place and having the courage to choose it despite what others think. Number 6. In Good Company, 2004. Directed by Paul Weitz. Dan is an older man, successful in his career, powerful in his professional world, but empty in his personal life. He's married to a woman who doesn't truly see him, who has settled into routine, into comfortable indifference. He hires Carter, a young intern, fresh out of college, full of energy and possibility, seeing the world with wonder. When Carter befriends Dan's wife, something unexpected happens. Attraction blooms between them, something neither of them planned. What starts as innocent and casual becomes increasingly complex, becomes undeniable. Carter finds himself falling for a woman who's finally seeing him, who values him, who makes him feel important. Dan's marriage crumbles, not because of the affair itself, but because it reveals what was already broken, what was already dying between them. Carter and Dan's wife explore their connection, knowing what's happening in the rubble of someone else's pain, knowing they're hurting someone but unable to stop. It's a film about how desire doesn't always ask permission, and sometimes the people we fall for are already claimed, already promised, already belong to someone else. It's about the collateral damage of following your heart. Number 5. My Teacher, My Obsession, 2018. Directed by Alexis Karaplis. Riley is a new student feeling lost and out of place until she befriends Kyla. But Kyla has an obsession with Chris, an English teacher and Riley's own father. Kyla's admiration quickly becomes something darker, something dangerous. She pursues Chris relentlessly, finding ways to be near him, to touch him, to make him see her. Chris tries to resist. He knows it's wrong. He knows the consequences. But Kyla is persistent and he's human. Their relationship spirals from secret attraction into something twisted, unhealthy, destructive. Kyla's obsession deepens, and the situation spirals out of control. Everyone involved suffers. The lines between desire and danger become impossible to distinguish. This is a darker entry on our list, showing how obsession can masquerade as love, how intensity can hide manipulation, and how desire without boundaries destroys everything it touches. Number 4. Miller's Girl, 2024. Directed by Jade Halley. Cairo is a talented high school student, creative, intelligent, passionate about language and ideas. She develops a close bond with Mr. Miller, her English teacher, who recognizes her potential. They spend time together discussing books, analyzing stories, working on projects. An attraction begins to grow between them. Neither of them can ignore it, despite the clear boundaries of their roles. What starts as admiration and intellectual connection turns into something more, a secret affair. Cairo and Mr. Miller fall deeply in love, but their relationship becomes increasingly risky. They struggle to keep it hidden, knowing the serious consequences it could bring to both their lives. It's a story about crossing lines, about the power of connection, and about the cost of forbidden desire. The film doesn't shy away from showing how wrong this is, how it hurts them both in different ways, and how some lines exist for very good reasons. Number 3. Bloomington, 2010. Directed by Independence. Jackie is a young actress, famous from childhood, but desperate for normal, for anonymity, for a regular life. She decides to attend college hoping to escape the spotlight, to be just another student. At school, she meets Catherine, a confident psychology professor, brilliant and intriguing. Despite their age difference, Despite the professional boundary, an attraction grows between them. Catherine is drawn to Jackie's charm. Jackie is fascinated by Catherine's intelligence, her experience, her wisdom. Their relationship becomes passionate. They fall in love, genuinely and deeply. But keeping it secret becomes impossible, and the consequences mount. They have to face the reality of what their love costs, both professionally and personally. It's about the power of connection across age and authority, and the price of choosing love over responsibility. Number 2, The Rules of Attraction, 2002. Directed by Roger Avery. Sean is a charming student, sophisticated beyond his years, obsessed with things he can't have. He's captivated by Mrs. Denton, an older woman, beautiful, intelligent, seemingly unattainable. Sean pursues her, using charm and manipulation, slowly breaking down her defenses. Mrs. Denton resists. She knows it's wrong. She has a husband. She has rules. But Sean's persistence, his genuine admiration, his youth and energy, eventually win her over. They begin a secret affair, complicated, passionate, ultimately destructive. The film shows how desire can blur boundaries, how attraction can override judgment, and how what feels like love sometimes destroys everyone involved. It's dark, it's uncomfortable, and it's unflinching in showing the cost of crossing those lines. No one wins. Everyone pays a price, and the aftermath is messier than anyone could have imagined. Number 1, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, 1991, directed by Stephen Herrick. This is a different kind of story about attraction, transformation, and unlikely connection. The Crandall kids, teenagers and younger, are left alone for the summer when their babysitter quits. They hire Stephanie, a sharp woman, who teaches them responsibility and changes their lives. Kenny, the oldest, finds himself drawn to Stephanie, attracted to her confidence, her strength, her ability to handle everything. Stephanie sees Kenny growing, becoming a man, and something shifts between them. It's not explicit, but the attraction is there. The electricity, the longing. What makes this film different is how it handles the moment when they almost cross the line, almost give in, almost break the boundaries, but they don't. And that restraint, that choice, is what makes it powerful. It's about desire, about growing up, about respecting the person you care about, even when you want them, even when it would be easy, even when no one would know. Kenny chooses to do the right thing, and that choice, that maturity, that respect, is what allows their connection to be beautiful instead of destructive. These 10 films show us different facets of the same forbidden desire. The attraction between a young man and his friend's mother. Some cross the line, some dance along it, some pull back at the last moment. Which one resonated with you most? Which film captured the complexity of this kind of attraction in a way that felt real, in a way that made you think? Tell me in the comments. Let me know which story surprised you, which one felt the most honest. If you want more lists, more deep dives into cinema's most complex relationships, follow for more. We're always exploring the stories that push boundaries, that challenge our comfort, that show us human desire in all its messy reality. See you in the next one.